In a world that glorifies temptation, where loyalty is crumbling under the weight of dating apps, late-night texts, and secret rendezvous, there exists a quiet society that has accomplished what modern culture can only dream of: absolute, unwavering fidelity. While 1 in every 4 marriages in the outside world ends because of infidelity, among the Amish, cheating is nearly unheard of. Their divorce rate is virtually zero. Affairs are not whispered scandals, they're non-existent. In this mysterious, closed-off community, husbands don't stray, wives don't fear betrayal, and marriages last until death, not disinterest. But how? What ancient codes or invisible forces have made this possible? The answers are both shocking and deeply revealing, exposing how a people cut off from the modern world have built an unbreakable shield around their marriages. 1. The eyes of the village. Imagine living in a place where every footstep, every glance, every interaction is gently observed, not out of suspicion, but out of communal care. In the Amish world, there's no such thing as living in secret. Homes become rotating churches every other Sunday. Neighbors help raise barns, harvest fields, and raise children together. The result? A society where everyone knows each other's rhythms, routines, and relationships. There's no room to disappear into anonymity, no shadows for secrets to grow. Every action is visible, every choice known. A misplaced glance, a suspicious absence, it doesn't go unnoticed. This constant web of accountability makes it nearly impossible for infidelity to even sprout. Cheating isn't just risky, it's logistically impossible. 2. A vow that lasts beyond life. When an Amish youth chooses baptism, it's not a casual rite of passage. It's a lifelong covenant, binding them not only to God but to the moral structure of their entire community. Between the ages of 18 and 22, Amish men pledge loyalty to their faith and to the sanctity of their future marriage. Breaking that promise, through adultery or divorce, is not just personal failure, it's spiritual betrayal. It means immediate excommunication, shunning, isolation. A man who strays doesn't just lose his wife, he loses his parents, his children, his land, his identity. In this world, even separated couples are still seen as married. There's no fresh start after betrayal. The cost is everything. 3. A world without temptation. There are no seductive texts from old flames. No half-naked influencers appearing on screens. No office parties with flirty coworkers or dating apps full of strangers waiting for a midnight message. The Amish have removed the entire ecosystem of temptation. Without electricity, there's no internet. No social media. No pornography. Amish men work on farms, not in boardrooms. Their coworkers are brothers, wives, or lifelong friends. Unmarried men and women do not live together. Even social events are tightly bound by tradition and watchful eyes. This isn't repression, it's intentional design. They haven't made men stronger, they've made temptation weaker. 4. Love before the world interferes. At an age when many modern youth are swiping left or right in a haze of hookup culture, the Amish are building families. Marriage happens early, often by 21 or 22, and courtship is steeped in shared purpose and supervised gatherings. Young men don't spend years chasing casual encounters, instead, they direct their emotional and physical energy into one relationship, one bond, one future. Even practices like bundling, where a courting couple lies next to each other fully clothed, teach restraint and emotional closeness before physical intimacy. These aren't repressed kids, they're focused ones. Their first love becomes their forever love. There's simply no space to develop a taste for infidelity. 5. The financial web of marriage. In Amish homes, marriage is not just romantic, it's strategic, economic, and deeply collaborative. Wives often manage finances, hold property rights, and run businesses alongside their husbands. A bakery, a quilt shop, a poultry farm. All of it requires trust, teamwork, and daily cooperation. To cheat on a wife is to destroy a business partner. It's not just emotional destruction, it's financial ruin. And with no commercial insurance or government safety nets, the only lifeline during hardship is the church community. Cheat, and that net vanishes. A single act of betrayal means not only loneliness, but economic collapse. Love and livelihood are tied together so tightly that to sever one is to kill both. 6. Ministers among the men. In every Amish district, ministers, deacons, and bishops are chosen from the people, not elected or hired, but drawn by lots, often unexpectedly. Every Amish man lives with the possibility that he might be called to spiritual leadership. That alone creates lifelong pressure to live above reproach. Adultery must be confessed. Spiritual failure is met with deep disappointment, not only from God, but from neighbors, elders, and one's own children. The church isn't a building, it's a beating heart of guidance, correction, and sacred accountability. Men raised in this system understand that purity isn't just expected, it's essential. Spiritual decay begins with secret sin, and in the Amish world, there are no secrets. 7. A different kind of submission. In the Amish world, submission isn't about silence or servitude, it's about trust and order. Women are taught to support their husbands as spiritual heads, just as men are commanded to love their wives sacrificially. While the outside world often mocks these roles, within Amish marriages, this structure fosters peace. Husbands feel honored. Wives feel cherished. And both know their place within a divine order that discourages competition and resentment. A respected man doesn't need to seek validation elsewhere. A loved woman doesn't need to fight to be heard. Together, they build a life where emotional needs are met within the home, not outside it. 8. Children as anchors, not burdens. Large families aren't accidents in Amish homes, they're blessings. 8. Sometimes 10 children fill their homes with laughter, chaos, and constant responsibility. Fathers are not distant figures, they're vital presences. Whether it's teaching, plowing, or praying at bedtime, their roles are irreplaceable. And with that many little eyes watching, every choice carries weight. An affair doesn't just ruin a marriage, it devastates an entire family. In a community where fathers are seen as spiritual heads and practical providers, stepping out of line isn't just selfish, it's catastrophic. There's no time or energy for betrayal when your days are consumed by milking cows, building fences, and raising the next generation. 9. When divorce doesn't exist. In the modern world, marriage comes with a built-in escape hatch. If it fails, you leave. But for the Amish, that door doesn't exist. Divorce is forbidden, not just frowned upon. Even separated couples are still seen as married until death. This isn't imprisonment, it's motivation. Amish couples know there's no way out, so they fight to stay in. Elders guide them, churches counsel them, and they work through even the deepest struggles. There's no "I can always leave" mentality. There's only "how do we fix this?" The permanence of marriage becomes a sacred force, one that demands effort, growth, and redemption. Failure isn't an option, it's a wake-up call. 10. The cost of exile. There is no punishment more terrifying in the Amish world than shunning. It is not loud. It is not violent. But it is absolute. A man who betrays his marriage vows and refuses to repent is cut off, entirely. He may still breathe the same air, but he is no longer seen. No conversation. No assistance. No community. He becomes a ghost among the living. Even his wife, if she stays, must limit contact. Sexual intimacy is forbidden. For many, the pain of this social death is worse than any earthly punishment. It's not just losing a wife, it's losing your place in the only world you've ever known. And for most, the mere threat is enough to keep them loyal. The choice the world refuses to make. Modern society often laughs at the Amish, calling them backward or naive. But perhaps they've simply chosen what we're too proud to admit we need: boundaries, commitment, faith, and accountability. While the world spirals into isolation and infidelity, the Amish hold steady, not because they're perfect, but because their system leaves no room for betrayal. It's not just about removing temptation. It's about building a life so intertwined, so sacred, so publicly supported, that to cheat would mean destroying everything. Maybe fidelity isn't about stronger willpower. Maybe it's about stronger roots.